Welcome back. So let's start getting comfortable in Google Analytics and understanding the dashboard navigation. And we're going to start over at home. We can just click here to head over to this page. And then we're going to start from the upper left corner because, well, I'm a typical Westerner. So the first thing we have here is where it says Master View. This is where you have your different accounts, and notice we just added in the demo account, but everything is still here. If I click on Robin and Jesper, we have our properties. We have Google Analytics 3, we have Google Analytics 4, and now we also have the demo account, and that's what we will be using. We have the different properties, meaning the different websites and the different apps and the different versions, and then we have something known as an attribution project. So an attribution project means that if you have multiple, for example, e-commerce stores, and you want to see how much all of them are generating in revenue together, you can make an attribution project and then just clump all of that together and see how much you're making per month from all of your e-commerces. This is advanced stuff, and we're probably not gonna need this, okay? And then let's click this down. Now moving over to the right, we have a search bar, and this search bar is pretty amazing. It's gonna give you a lot of information if you just ask for it. So let's say that I was wondering about my most visited landing pages. Now, first of all, what is a landing page? A landing page is wherever your visitor first lands. So if I go to rnjtemplates.com, whenever someone lands on this page, they visit this page first. That means that because it's the first page they visit, that's the landing page, hence the name, they land on this page. Now, if they wrote in rnjtemplates.com/blog and they landed on the blog, then the blog would be their landing page, okay? So now when we understand that, I wanna know which is my most visited landing page. I'm just gonna write that in and hit enter. If you look to the right, we are going to get some data, and we can see that by far it is our home page, seconded only by the men's apparel in here, and we get a lot of info. So this is amazing. You can search for anything and get answers. It's a very intelligent design here. So instead of most, let's say that I wanted to know which are the, let's go back here and write least visited landing pages and hit enter. Well, then we're gonna get that data with all of these different landing pages. Remember, it's not just any page, it's landing page specifically where they first land. So you can get a lot of info just like this by using this search function. Moving to the right, we have notification, and we're going to set up alerts later on in the course. You'll get notified whenever something's happening. If you have different products, you can switch them here. If you need any help, they're gonna link you to a bunch of different articles. Then we have the menu in here where you can send feedback. I've never used this. And your different Google accounts in here. This is nothing new, really. Moving over to the left, we are currently at the home page, okay? We also have customizations, meaning that you can customize this dashboard that you're seeing right here. Now, you don't need to customize the dashboard. Personally, I never have, and the reason is because all of the information we're going to be finding or looking for is going to be down here, okay? So while you can customize the dashboard and make custom reports, this isn't really the meat and potatoes of Google Analytics, if you will. This is just a short bonus. Going down to the reports, this is where the magic starts to happening. So first of all, we have real-time reports, and just like the name suggests, it's going to allow you to see reports in real time as they're happening right now. Now, this isn't actually useful, to be honest. It can be fun if you have Black Friday, for example, if you've just released a new product and you want to see people who are visiting your site right now and where they are. That can be fun, but it's not very useful. It's much more useful to let the data gather in all of these other tabs here and then analyze it. So real time is going to be the least useful of all the reports. We're gonna spend the least amount of time in here. Scrolling down, we have one tab that says audience. Now, audience gives you data on your visitors, such as their age, their gender, interest, what country they come from, etc. If you know who your audience is, you'll know exactly how to target them. So this is a very important section. We're gonna spend a lot of time in here. And then we have acquisition. Now, acquisition shows you which channel that gives you the highest quality traffic. It will show you where you get the most traffic and where you get the most profitable traffic with the highest conversion rates and that generates the most revenue. Now, this section is key to analyze and determining your market plan. So where did they start and what channel did they use to reach your website? Maybe they started on Facebook and they were referred through a certain link from another website to get to your site. All of that data is in here so that you can adjust your marketing plan accordingly to where people are coming from and where the highest quality people are coming from, okay? Acquisition. Moving on, we have behavior. Now, behavior shows you what users are doing on your website. What content do people enjoy the most and the least? How do visitors go from one site to another? Now, by understanding what people like and dislike with your website, you'll know what to make more of and what to make less of. So this is going to reveal the behavior they have on your website. And then finally, we have conversions. And conversions gives you exact data of how your website is performing. How many sales are you getting? How many leads? How much revenue is your site generating? All of that is going to be in here, and later on in the course we're going to set up specific tracking for your website so that you can track your goals, such as leads, such as sales, and you're going to get all of that data in here in the reports, okay? So that's going to be later on in the course. Scrolling down, we have attributions that we just spoke about that we don't need. We have discover, which basically means that you can use other Google products, such as you can check out their blog, you can check out their app, etc. Not very useful for our intents and purposes. And then we have admin, and there are a lot of different options in here. Most of them we don't need, to be honest. So we're gonna go through some of them as we go, because some things we need to set up, just like we just went through and set up the filters. Now what I want you to do though is move over to user in here, and where it says default date range 7 days, I want you to put it to 30 days, because the default range of 7 days, that's not a lot of data and not very useful data. So by looking at a month-to-month basis, that's going to be much more useful. Scroll down and click on Save Changes. Now scroll up and go back to Home. Before we end this lecture, I just want to do a small quick summary of all the things we went through. By far the most important are going to be the reports. This is where we're going to be spending the most time. This is where you're going to be getting all of the data so you can take actionable steps to take your marketing and your business to the next level. So audience is going to be who your audience is. We're going to dive deep into understanding who they are, age, gender, country, all of that. Acquisition is going to be how did they end up on your website? How did you win them over as a visitor? Where did you get them from? Where did they start? What medium did they come through? Was it Facebook, Instagram, etc.? Acquisition means how did you acquire them? And then we have behavior. What are they doing on your website? How do they go from one part of your site to another? And what pages do they like the most? What pages do they like the least? And finally, conversions, which is just like it sounds. It measures conversions, how your site is performing, how many leads are you getting, where are you getting the most leads, how many sales you're getting, where you're getting the most sales, how much revenue are you generating, all of that important performance metrics. So now when you are a little bit more comfortable with the navigation in Google Analytics, let's dive into first understanding your traffic. How much traffic are you actually getting on your website? Super important to make sure that you're actually growing month by month, year by year. So let's get started analyzing, understanding reports. See you in the next lecture.